Okay, I think we are live. See my settings up here. Yeah, I think we're live. Okay. All right. Let's uh, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Wherever you are, my name is Maki90 in the flesh, face cam this time. Artist and illustrator, and welcome you to another Sunday. Welcome to another art stream. Essentially, we're trying to make up for yesterday or for Friday's show. I did end up deleting that stream. Just because I think it's because we were hit with a lot of copyright claims, and honestly, listen to the playback. I'm not too happy about that stream anyway. So mainly just because I do have stuff on my plate to try to get a lot done this month, especially with season 9 of Machini Live popping up again. So that's what we're here today. Today we're going to spend an afternoon with Briannah here. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn the music on. So get this square up. There we go. There we go. Hopefully it's not too loud, guys. Yeah, hopefully you guys. All right, and that is what we have today. This is Briannah, by the way. Hope you guys like those. There we go. Had it. So today this morning I got a bit done with the top and the hair, and today we're going to focus on. Today we're going to try to get the jacket done and the pants done. Lower half. Did I do anything for the lower half? Oh yeah, I did. I did do it in some lower half. Okay, there we go. Jacket, lower half done, and hopefully we can get her done in the course of this stream today. So this is how she looks. We are working on our sweet little tomboy today. So before we get started, let me add something here real quick. Where is my skin tones? Same color. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Let me get that down here. 1 second. Okay, get that down here real quick. Here we go. Let me smooth it out. All right, off to a good start now, aren't we? All right, there we go. All right, so today we're focusing on the jacket. Working on the jacket. And we're going to work on the and then we're going to try to get most of her done today. I will have an update for my channel members at the end of the stream, so definitely stay tuned, guys. On just concerning everything going on, I will be sending it out to all the channel members this weekend. Or on possibly Monday at the latest, or Tuesday at the latest. So, okay. Now, so I want to say thank you everybody for being here. If you guys can, please share the stream out again, guys. I apologize. I did delete Friday's show. Wasn't really too happy about that personally, and I figured we can make up for it today instead of doing a game stream. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right. So first off, Power. Good to see you, my friend Elias. Good to see you. AFK Bard, hey Mac, and all. I can't say I'm expecting my mom over, but I wish you a happy day and say your latest pick of one of your breast work. Oh my god, AFK, love you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And stunning, great Megatron. Looking at that car garage. Oh, the diorama. Yeah, it's I have a double diorama of my because I've gone back to collecting Hot Wheels again, so that's my diorama. Anyway, let's try to see if we can get a right angle here. And my stream element spot is up and running. Bandito, I could see you. Okay, we got it. Hands right here. Okay. I look at I got my screen. I got you guys on the right side, on my right screen. And so that's why it looks over. It looks like I look over to the left. So it's weird. I know it's weird. All right, let's go ahead and get started on it. Let's not waste too much time. We're gonna try to go for at least 3 hours today because I want to try to get this done. So that's the plan. That is the plan. All right, and we'll do a couple. I'll go in about 10-15 minute intervals, and then what I'll do is I'll highlight the chat afterwards. So just don't worry, guys. I will highlight everybody's comments today. I will make the effort to do so this time around. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, I did a bit of work on the top, which I really like the blending here. I think I'm getting comfortable figuring out kind of where my blends are and kind of where I can get the softened edges and get the kind of right of tone that I'm going for. I'm trying to simplify the shading here a bit as well. You can see the dark, the edge, the more thicker edge on the shadows here in some places, and we're just working our way through it. So now comes going to be the real tricky part, is doing the jacket, because there's a lot going on in this jacket alone. So let's get started. We're just going to start with the base lighting layer. We're not doing a shading layer. We're doing a lighting layer. So that's how we start off with. So let's do new layer. Okay, so we got to do layer folder. So we're going to name this jacket, and then so we're going to have lighting. Okay, there we go. All right, or I guess I could say, let's say, yeah, base lighting. Base lighting. Okay, so base. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. This is going to be a little tricky because we are playing with golds, and it's going to be white. And essentially, her jacket is just white with a gold trims or gold accents to it. Let's start off with, wow, this is good. And I got my references up here too, just in case. All right, start with the white, and then we'll do a darker layer for shading. Okay, all right, let's do it. All right, so we're going to be using regular brush here. We're gonna start here. So, hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. I've been really tired. It's been a busy Saturday for me at work, and to be honest, I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, I probably want to move on. I think I've been at my position for about 6 years, since January of 2017, and I think it's time for me to sharpen up my resume and move on from there. Apparently, hey, 30 is apparently the new 20. I've seen. So we're working here. I know the lighting is. I know the lighting is weird because I'm starting out with a lighting layer, but just give it time, everyone. Just give it time. And thank you, everybody voted on the poll. Most of y'all decided we're going to go ahead and do background music. Okay, that's totally fine. At least I'm going to use my Epidemic Sound playlist. That's what you guys are listening to. This is, of course, all copyright free, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, turn this around with the lighting, and I'm probably gonna have to do a second color just for the gold areas too. So we may have to do a second color, but let's take a look. because when it's supposed to be more white. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna do a close blur with this. We're gonna soften the edges a bit. It's. I will admit, it's like much more effective on smaller areas. Where I think the close blur is much more effective on smaller areas than it is on larger areas. As you can see here. Actually, I probably should be much more. This is a little tricky to try to do versus say starting with a shading layer, especially because you have such a big area to work with. You kind of don't want to just soften the edges just like willy-nilly, too. But it does actually, it's something I kind of discovered this morning while I was on Ginger Stream, as I was kind of as I was working on the skin, is that the more I put, I guess when I add on the shading layers, it actually works. Make things work here. Although I'm probably gonna have to delete. I'm gonna have to erase this area here. The gold trim is so. So I'm just erasing where the gold trim is. I need to be much more careful when it comes to getting the light here. And then I'm going to have to work to soften the edges a bit. There we go. There we go. We got it. Okay. Kind of work that underneath and that a bit. And you know, I gotta trust in the shading. I gotta trust in the shading. I gotta trust in the lighting area that I can be able to get this. Let's see. Just kind of exalted a bit of the. It does make me wonder if I should have started with a shading layer then more than just do a lighting layer. But you know, you gotta trust in it. You just gotta put trust in it. So, because this is supposed to be white, I just have a really dark color for. And if I can only just let me, you know what you need. Soften that inner edges a bit with the blur brush. There we go. Because I do like the close blur. I use it often. It's just sometimes it might be better if you go into kind of where the blend is and just blend that, get to where it blends in a bit more inside. So when it fades, it creating that kind of that fade a bit. So in fact, I'm probably gonna do it. That's what I probably want to do here. Okay, I got the blur. A second. Okay. I know I'm spending a lot of time just on the jacket and everything. So, with the top half, we want to do is we're going to go a little lighter, go a little further later here. Just want to pay close attention with kind of the blurs of how we're doing it here. When it comes to because the kind of ways you're kind of creating kind of your shading using a lighting layer. I do wonder if I can make like a tonal layer just to create like a subtle gradient or somewhere with the kind of the light flow on her jacket from underneath these layers. That's kind of what the idea of the inner. That's why I call them the inner shading and inner lighting layers. Here, I need to just moving my tablet up closer to me. But there's definitely a I think that's definitely a topic for discussion. So it's been 2 months. So far it's definitely been 2 months since it's been 2 months since I've been spending my time with this tablet. And I feel like I've improved. I feel like I've definitely improved considerably and I feel like I'm using. And I think in some ways I'm using my time wisely. However, one thing that I am afraid of is I don't want to get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable with kind of the style that you're at right now. Always find a reason to try new things, try new styles, to just improve in general. So the last thing I don't want to do is just get too comfortable with where I'm at currently in the digital, on the digital side. Always find that room for improvement, always find that room to grow. As you can see here, let me see. I wonder if it's a darker. No. That dark will work. That will work. And I'm putting my trust in myself to try this. This is a different method of, say, lighting, of just approaching coloring when it comes to this. This is a different method because I'm doing it with a lighting layer first instead of the shading layer. And you just got to have trust in it. So let's put close board is such a tricky thing to do too. As you can see here, soften some of the edges, not too much of the other edges too. with everything kind of going in as we're getting almost here. And oh, let me clip this layer. Hang on, let me clip it. Okay, much better. All right. Okay, clip it. Okay. It's because we still have a whole other section to work with, and jackets take a long time to do. Clothing does take a bit for me to really do because there's so much here, and it's not like a one and done thing here too. But you know, that's the to me that's the fun part. Is just kind of figuring out where you want to put the light to hit. Of course, in this case, the light is much more general. You can see here the tail end, and I'm gonna have to do the same for the pants too. The pants are going to be a whole other ball game as well to work with. I'll try to use some of the brushes that J.A.F.O gave me. I still use, like J.A.F.O, I still use brushes, some of the brushes from time to time, and I appreciate them regardless, man. I cannot believe you did that for me. So I still appreciate the brushes. Just you may not see them as much, and there's so much to Party meet when Team has two new. Oh my god! I'll get to the chat in a few minutes. Just let me. I see you guys. I will address everybody in the chat. Just a few. But here is such a tricky kind of thing. It's like starting with the lighting, starting with it does take time, and you know, my only hope is that use them if they are useful, absolutely. But still, man, I appreciate that. I still appreciate that. I'm gonna hold on to them forever. So, and I will make use of them any way I can, as a way to say thank you for them. You know. Actually, so yeah, this as you can tell, this jacket is the jacket is going to have so much to work with when it comes to kind of clothing and folds that usually it does take a longer process for me to do, just because there's so much to it. I would say even just as much, even if not even more so than sometimes skin tones. But people do compliment on how I do folds and such like that, and how I can make stuff, drape off. And because, Brianna's in baggy clothes, it is gonna take a lot longer for me to do, especially because I gotta get into that backside there too. I just realized. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. And you can keep it simple. You don't have to like soften every single bit of edge, but okay. But you can see where it's just like, but that's the thing, it's like you can see where it's just like where I feel I feel right at home. I feel like I'm just like working away, That's what it feels like sometimes when I'm doing something kind of like a big section like this. It just feels like I'm working away, and it's just like you see me at like my I guess you could say my natural like habitat or something like that. It is just so like tricky to really get it right too. And the thing is just with Brianna's jacket, it's supposed to be white. And now the style I'm going for is similar to the same way I did with the Skyla casual design I did a few weeks back. Inspired by Dong Ho King's Korean artist kind of style, and try to keep it like the goal is to just try to keep it simple. Try to simplify this to where I'm not pounding on layer to where I'm not pounding on layer after layer after layer to get what I was going for, As you can see, I'm just moving like a freaking. It's just that this does take time. Yeah. I can't really just like, oh, I'm gonna fill it. I can't really. Well, I can't use the fill tool for this because where I need to know where the shading is essentially. But it's definitely felt like I've developed my own style or developed my own traits in a way through this, So I will just give me a few more minutes, guys. I will highlight the chat. Just let me at least get the base. I'm gonna get the base lighting done of her jacket before I address the comments. So, thank y'all so much for being here. If you guys can please share the stream out as I realize I was in the right color. Oh god. Not to do that again. Okay. Let's see up in the front here. Sometimes it does feel like sometimes I'm talking to myself. I'm just talking out loud. But I realize you guys are here. You guys are always here listening and such like that. So I'll just go off on tangents, and you guys are like still engaged, and I appreciate that. I'm trying to kind of get to maybe. As you can see here, like I said, we'll probably do a hard stop at around 2 p.m. Probably around 2 p.m. So that way I can get some lunch or something. But I want to see if we can finish it. I want to try and finish this before 2. I think I'm already at I think I'm already at like 5 hours so far on this. Just because it takes so long to do. For me, I think the longest part of a process like this is doing the line work. I'd say a long process like this is like doing the line work and such like that, and you know, I'm trying to learn. It's like, listen, you don't need to pile on like 4, 5, or 6 like shading layers to get what you're going for. You can simplify it, and it'll still be just as effective. So we're gonna mess with the blur just a little bit here. But hey, on a second. I wonder. Hang on. Hold on. There we go. That could be something. There we go. Kind of different way to kind of play with the edges a bit. A different way to kind of play with the edges a bit than just having to just rely on clothes blur all the time. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hopefully the music isn't too loud either, so hopefully you guys are just the right volume. As you guys can see here. Whoa! Hold on. Oh, sorry. All over the place. There you go. Kind of messed with my window there. I was trying to do this. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, let me go ahead and we'll stop here. I'll stop right now, and we'll just address the chat real quick. Here. Okay, so where are we? Because everybody's jumping in. Okay, so we got Phil. Good to see you, Phil. Good to see you, Mads. Good to see you. We got War Monkey here. Good to see you. Power, good to see you. Keely, good to see you. Chaos Hoy, everybody's showing up. Tina, good to see you, sweetheart. Hope you're doing well, Tina. This is one of our channel members. Snow Dub, Hale, Skull, and Tuck and Roll, my brother. Good to see you. J.A.F.O, good to see you. Dixon Vision, good to see you, my friend. We got everybody. Everybody's here. Lucky Nako was good to see you. Good to see you. What do you mean by phrasing? What do you mean by phrasing by that? Afro, good to see you, my friend. Scott, good to see you. Bandito. Just Square shut down. Yes, Square shut down the studio made for Spoken, and I'm doing totally fine. I'm doing totally fine, Bandito. And Nako, I mean. But so Luminous. So Luminous, that is the studio behind Forspoken, and also the studio behind Final Fantasy 15. Has been shut down and absorbed into Square Enix. This comes up on the heels of on the news of Volition being absorbed back into Gearbox, into Gearbox Software and Embracer Group. Just kind of, and we were kind of talking about this on Friday's show. Just the demise of these, there's definitely a shift. There's definitely a shift going on in regards to the live service model. It seems that it's not faring as well as it seems that we're getting a lot of live service games are shutting down recently. Essentially, a lot of live service games are pulling the plug. Now, one of the heads of Square Enix did. I'm drawing it up right. Nice. Now, one of the heads of Square Enix did leave the company recently. We just heard news about that. This was someone who was spearheading, Square Enix going into NFTs. If that says anything. Like, in fact, I think during the New Year's resolution, they were doubling. This guy was doubling down on Square Enix NFTs, in which we were all like, "Oh, really? Oh, Teletoon's gone." Yeah, it's really interesting though. Teletoon gave us Johnny Test and Braveface. Yeah. What's up, Vince of Johnny Test? But yeah, that's I did not know that about that either. I know Saber Spark. There's a video on Saber Spark posted a video recently on kind of the fall of what was the cartoon Star versus the Forces of Evil. But I find it it's really interesting. That is very, very interesting. But Square, this is the guy who during I think it was during the New Year's resolution, they were doubling down on NFTs, and we were like, no effing thanks. But to be fair, Square is really it's not the same Square Enix anymore. It's not the same Square Enix anymore. Babylon's Fall had ended their service this week. 3015, really done. Babylon's Fall ended their service this week, if I'm correct. And that is another dud, and not a possible black eye on Platinum Games. That's the developers. That's Bayonetta. That's Nier Automata right there. They took this Gamers GVMERS did a great documentary piece into the fall of what was it Babylon's Fall, and it's Platinum still wants to do a live service multiplayer title, and they said that they learned from what happened with Babylon's Fall. So my guess is there was probably some studio meddling. A lot of studio meddling, or just kind of Square Enix basically showing their ass. But the thing with Forspoken was that, you look at the game and then you find out it's this game has been in development for a long time. Or this was a tech demo for their Luminous engine a while back. It doesn't help why a lot of what you saw in Forspoken looked very dated. Because this thing has been in development hell for years. Now, and everybody knows, I think, the biggest black eye to that game was how Faye wasn't that likable of a character, and the dialogue is just horrible. The dialogue is just absolutely horrible. It's just absolutely atrocious. It's just okay, why is it just this? I said, I remember I posted a comment. I was like, I stand by what I said. As somebody who is as somebody who loves the first Avengers film, can recognize the fact that Joss Whedon's approach to dialogue has ruined a lot of fiction over the years. This Joss Whedon-esque approach to dialogue, this trying to be like Marvel. It was desperately trying to be like Marvel quippy, like the MCU like quippy. Like you could have slapped a Disney Plus logo on Forspoken, and you wouldn't tell. You could have told the difference. You could have fooled us, because that's what the dialogue seemed to be like. Too quippy, too much like Marvel brand, MCU branded dialogue. And you know, the problem with, you know, the MCU films now is that they're much more on humor than anything else, that they don't take anything seriously, that there's no sense of stake behind it. It's like there's some kennels of good ideas here, but you could have done a much better protagonist, a much more likable protagonist, and you could have really dropped the dialogue and made it have smarter dialogue and have it not have a huge open world that feels empty. It looks completely empty, you know. Oh, this is kind of going into detail about that, don't we? But you guys know what I mean. I mean, you guys know what I mean. It's just, you know, I was watching Mags, and Mr. Tickle Trunk play Final Fantasy VI. I think it was on Thursday night. And it's like a stark difference between the Square of then and the Square of now, you know? And with what we've been hearing with, I guess what Skill Up was saying with regards to Final Fantasy 16, some people are worried. And I kind of am worried too, because, you know, I want my Final Fantasy to be Final Fantasy. Not try to insert like Call of Duty aspects in my Final Fantasy. Keep that for Call of Duty. You know, you need Final Fantasy to stay true to what it is. You know. Mags will say that you know, no, you know, everything went downhill after what was it? After Final Fantasy X. There are aspects of 10 I really like. There really are, but the characters I'm not a fan of. I'm just not. And yet one of my first Final Fantasy games was 10-2. And I enjoyed the hell out of 10-2. And but I was big into the Tactics games, so which if that's the case, I probably should check out Tactics Ogre, since it's done by the original creator of Final Fantasy Tactics. So yes, this is crazy. It's just crazy. I think there's definitely a shift, especially when there's a lot more appreciation to single player titles like not Forspoken, like Elden Ring, which will be getting a DLC later this year, and then, you know, Hogwarts Legacy, which has become this runaway hit. I think we're gonna see a change in landscape now, because it's like this live service was pushed back for 15 and 16. That was definitely pushed back for 15 and 15. That was definitely pushed back for 16, based on the director's comments and such like that, which I found Kotaku to just be disingenuous and dishonest. I know that people did not like 13. I know there's a lot of people who didn't like 13. And then when you kind of look back at the story of everything going on with 13, you're like, yeah, I'm not like some aspects of 13 I do like, but the characters aren't really like firing on all cylinders with me. And the funny thing with 15 is like power. Like I liked 15 when it was called Versus 13. It kind of Tetsuya Nomura's kind of failed, kind of really kind of disastrous project that was, Versus 13. It was supposed to be this whole like they were going to do something with back in, I think this was back in 2000. This is about 2008, 2010. There was a lot of hype for Final Fantasy 13. There was a hype for Final Fantasy Versus 13. It had spin-offs. Versus 13 would become Final Fantasy 15, and then we had a PSP spin-off. I think it's called Agito 13, which I think it became its own brand as well, if I'm correct. Someone's gonna have to check with me on that one. But I think it would have been really interesting to see what Versus 13 could have been, instead of kind of what we got with Final Fantasy 15. I've heard a lot of good things about Final Fantasy 15, and I've heard some mixed and negative reactions of 15. With 16, what it was that Kotaku had a problem with the fact that there wasn't that many minority characters in 16, and the director gave kind of this, to be honest, it's kind of a flimsy excuse to say that they're going for realism when they're trying to depict ancient Europe, which is just, to me, it's just I kind of understand what he was going for, but the way he directed it was very flimsy. But it caused this crazy meltdown from this Kotaku journalist to say that all Japanese developers need to be more mindful of Western standards and such like that. And it's like, no, they don't need to do anything. Get out of here with that ish. No, I will be the first. I will be the first person. I will be one of the first persons to say, screw Western audiences. Okay, we don't want you. We don't want our games to just be to have to cater to the Western audience's sensibilities. It's like, no, we like Japanese games for what they are. That's what got us into them in the first place. Keep it that. I'm just like, yeah, keep it that way. Okay. That's just my thoughts, I mean, I don't know. Let me know if you guys are kind of in that same ballpark as we were. Okay. Okay, I got the jacket. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. It is very weird. All right, so let's do so what we're going to do next is we're going to do an inner shading layer. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do an inner shading layer. And this one is going to be... Okay, close blur. Let's do... So we're going to do... Okay. Let's see what what we'll be doing. Because what's this going to do is kind of set an inner tone. It's going to add a little bit. Hopefully this will add some more depth to the shading of the jacket. Let's do darken. I'm going to add a subtle tone here. And then what I'm going to do is going to blur this out. As you can see, I'm just gonna screw it in here. So I'm gonna really soften these edges so that there's a bit more. There we go. I know it's hard to kind of look at. It's hard to kind of tell, but I'm adding something to that. Oh yeah, there's some controversy with Dragon Ball right now. I think it's with the way with Chi-Chi and Bulma's characters. It's like, come on, guys, come on. I was like, you guys are kind of, no offense, but you guys are kind of grasping at straws here. You guys are clutching at straws, man. You're gonna have to clue me in on that, Grumpy. Actually, the more you work on it, actually, this is the funny part, is the more I'm working on it, the more you can see it start to make the lighting layer is a good choice, so. Because this is going to add. We are going to have to add more layers of. Whoa, so here you go. Okay, and then we're going to do this for the gold area too. That is supposed to be like a dark gold. Oh no, that's not it. There we go. This is going to add a bit more. Just going to add a bit more to that. Let me know if you guys need me to turn the music up just a little bit, if it's too low, or if it's just the right volume for background music. And thank you to everybody who voted. DJ Ronnie G, how's it going? My mom used to say about TV, you used to have an op-ed, and I agree. I'll get to the chat in just a little bit. But yeah, it's a crazy thing. It's just so crazy right now, and just everything falling apart. It's like I'm not going to get into the Hogwarts Legacy because I've already just like stressed that out. Although I will say that who was the if somebody can let me know in the chat. If you guys can know in the chat, one of the VTubers made a really good they were going after another VTuber, and she made an epic like clapback against them. If you guys could, if someone can in chat remind me who that VTuber was, because it wasn't Pikami. Pikami, by the way, guys, it's a little update. Pikami was actually streaming this weekend, and she, happy as ever. And it's like it's great, and it just sucks that she is going to be graduating and such like that. But there was another VTuber that they were trying to go after, and they she made an epic clapback against them, which was really funny as hell. God, I can't remember who the name of the. It wasn't Silvervale. No, Silvervale was last week. It was another one. I'm gonna have to look her up because Clownfish TV did a video on that yesterday. Who is it? Who was the VTuber? Gosh. Speak of me. Who was the new target? Yeah, it was another. I just didn't know what her name was because she had an epic comeback. It was Pippa. Yeah, it was Pippa. That's what it was. It was Pippa. Oh my gosh. So Rev says Desu and Clownfish were talking about this yesterday. It was Pippa. Thank you, Bandito. I was talking about this early on Ginger Stream this morning. I bursted out laughing when Pippa, I think it was at the start of her stream, because they were going after her for playing Hogwarts Legacy, and she had an epic, like, really strong comeback where I think it happened at the start of her stream where it was a little skit where she was like, "Oh, I got this message from an owl that's saying I've been selected to join the International School of Wizardcraft and Wizardry, and I also got a message from Twitter telling me to go kill myself." I was like, I bursted out laughing because I was like, "That's how you clap back at them, though." It's like, that's just an absolute burn. It's like, you could not go after somebody as big as Pippa and not expect her to back down, to just conform, to bend the knee. And it's like, no, she clapped back in an epic way, and I'm like, damn, I gotta respect that. I gotta that's respect that. And I did say on Ginger's stream this morning that I might start using the word Twitter freak from now on. Because Twitter freaks, because that's kind of what they are acting like. They are straight up Twitter freaks now, you know? It's just this Hogwarts Legacy situation got crazy. Yet what? Okay, so it's I don't know if I can show the clip, but there's a Clovis TV showed this clip of Pippa because she got hit with she got harassed with the by the Twitter freaks over Hogwarts Legacy, and she made an epic comeback, or she made an epic kind of start her streak. She did an epic opening where she basically clowned on him, and I was like, man, that was funny. I don't know if I could play that. I don't know if I could play that though. Let me see if I can. Hang on. Let me see if I can. We'll try to make this quick. Yeah, there was an epic comeback, Mads. I'll show you the clip. I was like, it's Pippa, and Pippa had this epic start that I burst out laughing. I'll show you Clownfish TV's video.
Still push back against bullies.
Yeah, you know.
Is that a letter for me?
A letter for you, yes, it is.
I wonder what it says. Thank you, Mysterious Owl. Twilight.
That's funny.
What does it say? Oh. I've got an invitation. It's a cease and desist from Warner Brothers.
Cease and desist.
Cease and desist.
To stop from Warner Brothers. What's this? It's signed at the bottom. Go kill yourself from Twitter.
Okay, that's.
I'm bursting out laughing. You got a cease and desist letter from Warner Brothers. It's signed at the bottom to go on Twitter. I was like, that is epic. I was like, okay, that's how you do it. Okay. That's how you troll the hell out of him like that. That is epic right there. I gotta give props to Pippa for that skit. It's perfect. Oh, that was great. I was like, dude, I'm gonna learn that. I'm gonna learn from that. Anybody gives me ish for anything like this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go on a skit or something. People are messed up. It is messed up. Pippa, that was a great comeback. I was like, yeah, because Pippa got the same treatment as, Silver Veil and Silverveil and Silverveil and Pikami, and Vippa didn't back down. You know, instead just kind of decided not back. She didn't just back down. She just basically just threw it right back in their faces and just basically just trolled them for it. And I'm like, it's like you know what. And there's going to be more situations like this. And I told Bandito and everybody else on Ginger Stream, I was like, listen, if I have to run it, if it comes to a case where I have to run into that, either I'm going to say, you know, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to stand my ground, of course, but either ignore it or just clown on them for it. And you know what? I'd rather, to be honest, I'd rather make fun of them for it. I'd rather cry. Okay, we'll do, Mads. We'll do. They were trying to dock Silverveil, yes. And I know Mads and everybody in the chat will probably help me on that one. They'll probably back me up. Somebody goes after me. I have the greatest chat. You guys are amazing. I know that if somebody tries to go after me or something like that, you guys are right there to just be like, you know, you know what? That should be like I feel like that should be like a goal for us. That should be like a goal for us next season, to do our first ever monetize your hater stream. That should be fun. Oh God, how crazy would that be? Just pull Eric July. Oh, that'd be funny. No, we're not that channel. We're not that channel. So we're not that kind of channel. But you know, we know we stay away from the drama and all that ish. We stay away from drama, all that ish. But you know, we know what to do. We know what to do. I think we know what to do if anything comes at our doorstep. You know. I could use my art as a way to clown on them. That could be a way to do it. It's like I'm thinking of the old I don't know if you guys remember the old Frank Cho outrage art, outrage comics outrage covers he would used to do. I'm thinking of something like that. That's what I'm thinking of. 07. How's it going, Cameron? Oh my gosh. We'll get to the chat in just a moment. Oh my gosh. I'm having too much fun right now. This has been fun. You guys are absolutely amazing. I can't thank every last one of y'all. So guys, can't please just share the stream out. Just share the stream out. Step on that like button, and let's see if we can get some more subs today. Let's see if we can get some more subs today. I'll have some plenty of new content for you guys this coming week. Okay, I think we got the inner layer. I think we got the inner layer for the shading. So I think the next layer will be. See, like, the jacket's now starting to come together, Esley. You know what? To be honest with you, Power, I would rather go back to that. Because we had Mads can attest to this. We had so much fun during the Uzaki-chan controversy. We had a lot of fun with that. Mads can attest to that. We had so much fun on that one. You know, the whole weapons of mass distraction clip. Just everything about that. Everything about that controversy was stupid. And it really showed, like, everybody their hand on that. And this was also where this is also, like, the whole Uzaki-chan controversy back in 2020. really was my first introduction to art fixers. That was my first introduction to art fixers. And since then, I've had a vendetta against art fixers ever since. And I know we have a lot to work with here, because we got to get into the gold areas too. But I think the jacket is coming together, though. I think what I may do is I might just end up just doing a highlight layer to where I might just end up doing a highlight layer just for the gold areas. Because this is kind of for the... Your AB work reminds me of AB work is seen in anime on Netflix. Regard Record of Ragnarok scene with the head in here. Oh, thank you, thank you. Hey, let me go ahead and let me take a moment to highlight the chat. Let's go ahead and go to and take a real quick moment to highlight the chat. No, my chat is going all over. It's got 17 people watching, y'all. Thank you all so much for being here on this. It's been a Sunday afternoon with me. We're already 1 hour in, and we're making good progress on the jacket. So. Let's start from God, no more ridiculous. Silver Veil, yes, he's coming for everyone. Yeah. It was Pippa. She made fun of WB. That was funny. It was like, I got this letter from Warner Brothers. It's a cease and desist letter. That was hilarious, man. That was hilarious. What? The Toon Squad went after Rikeda and got Pikami. Yeah, the whole Pikami thing, yeah. Yep. Has anyone seen Eminence in the Shadow, one of Funny's enemies, recently? Nice. And I did see, I will check that out. Let me go and check that out real quick. Man, it's just for you. I did see that Edge Runners got an award, which congratulations to Edge Runners, which is really cool, really cool. Okay, I knew something. That is a great thumbnail, Mads. That is a great thumbnail. I'll heart that just for you. That is a great thumbnail. That looks absolutely wonderful. Go for it, totally. All right. Thanks, J.A.F.O. You know what? I'm showing abs, and I think that's gonna definitely get people watching. I'm getting better at drawing abs. I'm getting better at drawing muscular girls. So I mean, you got to give me that, right? Here's 7. Yep, there you go. Kid for Javier. Oh yes, my hero, Starfire. There's been so much. Oh my gosh, Linker. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe you're the only one who remember. I remember that Link Cartoon got controversy for the DC. He did like a variation of DC Superhero Girls, the children's line with DC Sexy, or Superhero Girls did that with Black Widow, and he got controversy for it and got sparked outrage. And I'm like, y'all don't know. Yeah. That was the whole, that was the back in the day, the classic wear her organs line, Damn, I was like, damn, I'm trying to do art spark outrage. I'm trying to do art spark outrage. I can get in there. How can I get in on that? nah, we're good. We're good. My art, a piece of my own work did spark outrage. It got a stream taken down twice. Mads knows that time that we did our own versions of Kibble Smith's New Warriors, and I got the stream. So this is back in 2020. So this was back in 2020. We were doing Kibble Smiths. It was me, Riot Kitty, Mads, and me, Riot Kitty, and it was on a Wednesday stream. It was me, Riot Kitty, Mads, and Marco, one of our former co-hosts. We did a little. I had that video about Black. Yes, you did. That's right. Mads did a video about that too. I remember Mads did a video about that. It almost got me. Oh, ouch, ouch, yikes. Yes, Mads, I remember you did that. I remember you did that too. Because I think it was like you were like the first person to talk about it. You were the first people to talk about it, and I saw it myself. I was like, yeah. No. So what happened was we were doing Kibblesmith, and this was back the time when we hit. I think I was at 300 or 400 subs back then. We did I did a little special for Kibble. Well, I think it was I think it was when we hit 300 subs back then in 2020. I did a variation of Kibblesmith's Trailblazer, and then I wanted to do Snowflake and Safe Space. What happened was that we were supposed to do a Wednesday. We did a Wednesday stream, and I invited Riot Kitty and I invited Mads, and it was Mads, Marco, Riot Kitty, and myself. And what happened was that Wednesday stream was flagged twice. It was flagged twice. It was flagged and taken down twice for nudity or something, or some crap. I remember too because we had to redo that stream twice to get it to working, and I got it appealed, and they took it away. They actually took the flag away when we ran it up a second time, because it was like, yeah, there was no nudity or anything whatsoever. So it was clear that it was a coordinated attack. And I think what happened was because I called I called Kibblesmith a punk. I think I called Kibblesmith a punk ass bitch or something on this a couple of streams before. I railed on Kibblesmith a couple of streams before, and either him or one of his fans got a little pissy with me and decided to try to flag my stream. And I was like, it's such a bitch. I was like, I stand by it. Kibblesmith's a bitch. It was an absolute bitch. Yeah. That was my little date with outrage. I guess you could say that was my own little date with outrage. I don't really. To be fair, when I tweet, I don't really spark much outrage either. So it takes a pretty warm. It takes a pretty just kind of cool. And it's kind of, I realize it's kind of what a lot of people are saying. It's just, I try to be articulate about it. Yeah, and we did our own versions of the New Warriors redesigns. We did a stream all about that. Exactly. We had, I think for one was that I made. I wonder if I still have that. Let me see. 1 second. I'm gonna double check. Let me see if I still have that. I'm trying not to detour too much. Okay. Was that in? Yeah, that was in December. That was in late December. That was back during the early days of Makani Live. During the 80 days of the channel. Was it in November? I think it was in November, yeah. Yeah, it was November. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Oh my gosh. So this was my version of Trailblazer, Snowflake, and Safe Space. I made Safe Space an actual jock, giving him like dreads and a beard and everything, looking much more manlier, with his twin sister Snowflake, and gave her a much more. I basically kind of reworked her design a bit, And then with Trailblazer in front, I basically made her plump. Because I stated that there was a difference between Trailblazer who looks plump and then the Trailblazer that was in the comic who looked morbidly obese. So I just made her look plump. So that was my thing. And I think what it was is that I was calling Kibblesmith a bitch or something, and someone got a little pissy with me and decided to try to flag my stream and take my streams down. I'm like, yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. It got appealed twice. Good times, good times. That was fun times. I miss those times. It was great. It was funny. It was that was early days. That was one of our earlier streams, like the first season or so. We just hit like 300 subscribers back then, so we were growing at the time. There is a difference, yes, and I stand by what I just said. Plus, I have a tendency to age him up a bit, so. No, we did not do knockoff. We did not do B negative, which was a knockoff Morbius, and we did not do the what was it? The hero who gained powers from his father's experimental internet gas? I still can't understand that. I still don't understand what the internet. Can someone explain to me what internet gas is? I'd like to know. So that was kind of the internet fart gas, I know, right? So that was kind of a funny kind of thing there. But yeah, just like we came a long way from there though. We did come a long way from there. Like I said on the hot takes and such like that, I don't really make hot takes. I just make like more sensible takes, and I try to ask with reason and such. And there's even like the post that I did on the post that I made on that Tuesday when on the wake of Pikami's graduation. Someone directed and I already brought this up on Friday's stream. Someone directed me to a tweet, to a screen cap tweet made by this account called Common Trans, posting their W's, and the account is gone. The account is completely gone. It's been nuked. The owner nuked their account, but the reason why is it turns out that the account was. It turns out that this account, who had 70,000 followers, they sent their followers to harass and bully. And I think it was a 15-year-old transitioning, and it got bad to the point where, if I'm correct, the teen took his own life, and that was. I got real pissed about that. I got really angry about that. I did. Explain that, all of your and this is an example when I try to, when I speak my mind on stuff on Twitter at times, I try to be at least somewhat reasonable. I try to at least speak with reason and logic, or try to be common sense. Or even when I get pissed, I will try to be, articulate and how I feel about stuff. And I said in that tweet, and I posted a screen cap, and I said that, you know, and this is kind of the tweet that made me stop, that made me start to not go on Twitter as much. It helped me limit my use of being on Twitter all the time. That's the tweet that got me to do it. And I was like, there's too much stuff on this platform that could piss me off. And I don't want to be just here making hot takes or anything. I want to be continuously posting art, composting my work on this platform. That's what I'm gonna use it for. And I made this take, and I said, you know, posting the screen cap of the account who basically admitted that they did, you know, harass and, you know, bully a kid to self-deletion, essentially. And I said, you know, all of your you know, your intentions, your causes, it's all thrown out the window. It's all thrown out the window when you do something like this. When you pull a disgusting act like this, and this is truly disgusting and sickening. You know, and now, you know, you're getting blowback. You're getting, because of your actions. You know, someone lost their right because of what you did. Someone lost their life because of what you did, and you lose the right to your own humanity. The reason I say that is just because, you know, that's probably the worst insult I can give to anyone. That's the worst thing I can say to a person, is they lose the right. They lose their right to act like a human being. They lose their right to be seen as a human being. They lost all of it. If they do a disgusting act like this, they lose that right. They lose the right to their own humanity. And what I mean is that I will never acknowledge this account, this person. I will never acknowledge him as a human being moving forward. This act will loom on over you for the rest of your life. This will haunt you for the rest of your life now. You know, somebody took the easy way out because of your actions, because of what you did, because you sent your followers. And I've said this before. I'm not responsible. And not I nor anybody else is responsible for what their followers do. I say that you do not, whatever you act on you, okay? If you do anything in service of me, you are condemned. I will not acknowledge you. You are gone from this space, from this community, if you even think of trying to act on my behalf. You know, you're an individual. You're an individual, and that's what I want everybody to know on this. Everybody to know right now, you guys are individuals. You guys speak for yourself. You guys, I'm not in control of this audience. And I will immediately condemn anyone who even tries that at a drop of a hat. The difference is that this account came out and admitted that they sent their fans over to harass and bully this kid. They've admitted to it. That's just evil. That's just pure evil. I mean, and to me, I thought that was a hot take, but I was like, no, everybody is pretty much on the same board. Everybody was pretty much thinking the same way. Even, you know, people who are part of the LGBT community completely just wrote them off for it. Yeah, that's my there you go. That's my it's my statement. My statement there. I don't really make those. I don't make as many hot takes on Twitter. I don't really respond as much on Twitter as I used to. But if I do respond, you guys will know it, and you guys know that I will hit them back with either logic, or I try to hit them back with a logic or reason, or try to just or throw it right back in their face. There's some things that legitimately piss me off, and that pissed me off that day. See that tweet. The pick-me situation to me highlights the fact that, for one, the pick-me situation highlighted the fact that this game has caused so much controversy, so much outrage, so much that we're not going to hear the end of this for a long time. And that I do fear that the next time a Wizarding World property, or say when Hogwarts Legacy gets a sequel or something, it's going to cause a bigger divide. That's how crazy this has gotten. This has gotten over a video game, guys. And it's just your attempts at trying to justify this behavior is pathetic. It really is pathetic. The jacket's coming together. The jacket is really coming together. Let me see if I can hit two birds with one stone on this one. Okay, so we're gonna do the inner layer here. But yeah, that's just it. That was like a heavier moment. I agree. Stay off Twitter, and I think that's what I'm gonna be doing moving forward. Is I'm not gonna be spending all my time on Twitter as much as I used to anymore, because just mainly because I got work to do. I got to focus on the art and getting everything ready for this season, and getting all the channel member stuff ready, and just think about what to do next moving forward for me and for my career and such like that. And yeah, Atomic Heart is joining that list because of the developers and such, because it's like Ukraine wants to ban that game entirely, not just from their stores, but from in general. And I'm just like, I'm not going to go into politics or anything. I just think this whole Russia-Ukraine conflict has, I think it's been more of more of a net negative for everyone. It's been more of a negative for everyone involved. And, I really try not to bring politics into this, but my biggest issue with the whole, Russia-Ukraine conflict is our commander-in-chief is spending so much time and money into helping them when we're on the doorstep of a recession right now. Inflation is hitting us hard, and just like you got to focus on that focus that you have on Ukraine and everything and donate money, that should go here. That should help us first. We should be helped. We should. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. We should be. I don't get the sense that or the current resident in the Oval Office doesn't care or doesn't want to help the people here, to help us here at home, and it's just focused. And that's where the problem I see with, and that's kind of my biggest issue or biggest gripe with this whole Russia-Ukraine conflict. It's just that too much is focused on them when we're having some problems here that we probably could use that that money, that attention. I could go for a couple hours explaining my problems with what's going on right now, but I'm not a political channel, so this isn't the place. So that's what I'll say. That's my stance. And, I'm not going to talk about any more of it. I just think. But in regards to the Atomic Heart, because I was watching Fats play it, play through the ending. It looks to be a fun game. Looks like a fun game. Looks like a very immersive game too. Has a lot of intrigue in there. However, I'm kind of the ending. However, is more like, come on, man, you guys could do better. Like, you guys could have done better with the ending. Well, I guess specifically the bad ending, because it's a very interesting what they're depicting Atomic Heart. This what the utopia, or I guess you could say the communist utopia under the USSR, what it looked like. It's interesting. It's very interesting to see how that kind of, what would that be like. And of course, we all know the best thing to come out of Atomic Heart is the two robot ballerinas. There have been so many memes of those two characters and so much fan art in both the safe for work and not safe for work variety. It's like, okay, so we have I guess you could say, I don't know if it's a Western developer, but an Eastern European developer basically saying, you know what, the West can do waifus too. It is crazy. There was like a thread on Senkaku Complex of just all the robot. They gathered all the robot ballerinas, all those robot ballerinas. I was like, from Atomic Heart. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, they took off, and it's like, wow, that's very interesting. It's very interesting. Even on the release, people were talking about like, holy shit, they actually molded nipples into the they molded visible nipples into the robot ballerinas. I was like, oh my gosh. The memes are going to be legendary off of this. There's going to be a lot of down bad. There's going to be a lot of thirst. And down bad for those ballerinas. The thirst is real. You know what? I like that. I like that when it happens. Stuff like that happens. You don't see that much from a Western AAA game. Is Atomic? I would say Atomic Heart's more of a AA. In like a full AAA title, though, but yeah, you don't see that for Western games. Just because it's like, wow, it's like, okay, you gave us robot ballerinas, and you actually gave them curves. They actually have curves, huh? It does lead me wonder. It does lead me to wonder, Grumpy. Have we gotten to work on the patents for the CSF Nation waifus yet? Have we gotten patents for that yet? Or are we still working on that? The world needs to know, Grumpy. Because I think I got some. I think we got some idea inspiration from Atomic Heart. You know. I'm messing around, yo. I'm messing around. The paperwork is currently processing. I was gonna say, get those patents quick. I did make a joke. I did make a joke because Fast was repeatedly killed. It was a quick like the boss fight begins with a quick time event. If you don't react quickly, their high heels become sharp and they just stab you with it. And I'm like, I was joking. I was like, you know what? You know what? When people say they want to step on them, this is what they had in mind. No. The reason we say step on that like button came from a birthday stream 2 years ago. Came from a birthday stream 2 years ago when I was drawing Vampire Mommy from Resident Evil 8 Village. And we were all like, step on me. Tim Trescu. That's where the idea is step on that like button. By the way, Resident Evil 4 remake looks really good. I have said already that I am contemplating taking that Cammy trailer from Street Fighter 6 and making a super chat clip out of that. Because wow. And by the way, if anyone's asking, I will do my own I will draw Cammy as a member reward, as a reward for my channel members. That will be in this month's batch. I already drew a Goblin Girl. Trying to do that stretch. Which, by the way, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who was everybody who liked that, because apparently you guys really like that Goblin Girl pencils I did. I was like, okay, I will see if I can do more work doodles like that. You know. I was like, I guess I need to draw more goblins then. I guess I need to... In this case, more short stack goblins. All right, let's get to the chat real quick. We have 14 people watching. Wow. Heartbreaking about the heartbreaking about the robot ballerinas that they're based on Sergei's wife, that he has to fight them. AI to art them too. Paperwork currently. People were currently processing. Atomic Heart said the DLC will have more add to the story. That's what I figured. That's what Fats was figuring too. Atomic Heart Sergei was a compelling character exploring what happened in Bulgaria to land him in Atomic Heart would have been mind-bending. Yeah, absolutely. Now, how about Street Fighter 6 can't downgrade? I don't think it's a downgrade, though. I know Senkaku was talking about that, and I know they were censoring Jury for the Western audience, but, you know... I guess I'm an odd one out in that I really like Cammy's design overall, and I like Jury's design as well. It is Russian Bioshock, and they did a good job with it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I know Dante's Rant Room was talking about that a week ago, and I guess I'm kind of... I'm somebody who is anti-censorship, so I shouldn't be the one to talk, but... I can see it. I can totally see it. Did they make Cammy make? I guess they kind of did. I love the outfit. They did make Cammy an A cup. Yeah, she was more of a B or of a C cup essentially. I guess this is where the. I guess you could say this is where the. No, they kept Cammy's ass. They kept it. They probably. I don't want to get into schematics, but they kept Cammy's ass though. I would say, argue they kind of emphasized it more. And Cammy has an athletic figure too. Cammy has a very athletic figure, but yet they never. I don't ever feel the sense that I didn't get the sense that they just toned down the curves that she already has, and she has a lot of curves. She is fit thick. She is fit thick. Yeah. I guess we're gonna agree to disagree on that one. I guess we are gonna agree to disagree on that one, and I'll definitely look more into that. Does that dissuade me from wanting to play it? It's like, no, I still want to play it, and I know for the fact that and it was the same case with Street Fighter V. You know that the modders are going to be you know that the modders are going to be going to town on that. Restore anything that they took out, they're going to restore it to their natural glory. You saw that with Street Fighter V. You saw that you're going to see that with Street Fighter 6 on PC. So that's why I'm getting the PC version when it comes out. So no modder's going to go crazy with that. They already have, considering what they did with like Jury, with Chun-Li, and even with Kimberly in the playable builds. Cammy's not even in the playable build yet, so we'll see. We have until June. What's your name? This is Briannah, by the way. This is Briannah. I'll show you this. Yeah, this is Briannah. This is one of the main mascots for Machini Live. It is a 3-person. Machini Live is now a 3-person show, essentially a 3-mascot show. So I have her along with Kiki and along with Skyla, who is my Twitch mascot. Kind of integrate them into what we do here a bit more. Just like how they restored Tifa. Yeah, they restored Tifa in the Final Fantasy VII Remake real quick. They did it real quick. It was one thing that they modded the sports bra out, but they kept her proportions in like record time. I hate the fact that we have to rely on modders to kind of restore things to the original glory, but you know, it is what it is, sadly. It is what it is. But, you know, I did say that once I do get my hands on Street Fighter 6, I will be using I'll be using Street Fighter 6 for my super chat clips moving forward. So we're getting there on the jacket though. I do like how the jacket is coming together. We're gonna have to make I'm gonna have to make a special layer just for I am gonna have to make a special layer just for the gold areas. Special lighting and shading layers just for the gold areas, so the gold areas will have a lot more visibility and have a lot more sheen to them. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do that right now. So I'm gonna hit save. And let's do, so we're gonna do gold. We're gonna call this gold gold. We'll call this gold lighting or gold highlights. And then we're just gonna focus on the gold trim. So let's go back to this color. And we're gonna We're gonna make it a bit more orange. We're gonna tune it up to a bit more orange here. All right, let's see here. And then we're gonna soften it. And by the way, like for this design, I went back to the original sketches I did. Went to those mornings when I used to do morning sketches all the time. I went back to that for her design this season. I might add a design or graphic to the top instead of just keeping it solid black, but we'll see. There we go. Still coming from Final Fantasy VII First Soldier. Oh, that's right. First Soldier got shut down. And that was their... I remember Cavatinho was showing me a lot of stuff from that. You would show me a lot of stuff from that, Cavatinho. And that was their... And it was a Battle Royale, right? I think it was their Battle Royale set in Final Fantasy VII's Shinra. Listen, happens to hear. I think it's just... Square, I ultimately do believe that Square does not know what they're doing, and they are completely falling off a cliff, and I think they're destroying goodwill that they built up so much with their fans right now. And I hate to see that. You know, you want to go back to the old Square, you know? Hey, Emerald. Circle scored. Yeah, I know, right? I would like to see a... Oh, wait, Emerald. Emerald, we're working on the sweet, nice, lovable tomboy. Working on Briannah right now. I should have tagged Squeeka in this. Because you could have seen it. But yes, she has abs. Let me zoom it up here. She has abs. So get it out. So if you want to get it out of your system, go ahead. I realize I have been drawing a bit of tomboys lately. I've been having a big thing with tomboys lately. Let's be real here. Okay, let me see. Here we go. And we're going to try to finish her today. That's my plan. I don't know if we'll be able to finish her during this stream because we're close. Because I'm only going to give myself one more hour. But we are close to finishing the jacket at the very least. The jacket is really coming together, which I do like. It's much more simplified as it is. What we might do is we might end up detouring. And just do the face next after we finish the jacket. But we'll see. As you can see, pull that out to give a... And then we'll do the same here for some of the smaller strap areas for the outline here on the straps. And we won't try to blur those out. We'll just run it as is. We'll just run it like that it is. Actually, let me go back to the base. Let me go back to the base lighting. Oh, not base lighting. I mean the flat. Let me go back to the flat layer. See if we can. See if we can get something here. Here we go. Oh, no. Hmm. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's right. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's continue the gold highlights. Okay. I do like how the gold highlights are shaping up here. I know, everyone. I've been Emerald. I did like some of the posts. I've been seeing some of your stuff you've been sharing around recently. The good stuff. I know that the AI art stuff is really getting into it. They're really getting the AI waifus down, aren't they? It's kind of funny how fast it's progressing. Yeah, I want to get into that. We're not going to get into the AI art debacle. Yeah, don't worry. It's just I find it interesting that we're really. Like they're really shaping up like the AI waifu art a lot. I'm seeing that a lot more, especially coming from the ones that you're sharing, Emerald. I still think it's a good tool to learn. I still think it could be used as a good tool to learn and just kind of study and just kind of apply some of those tricks to yourself. But I get everybody's concerns, and I think everybody's just fine on both ends. So. I'm not saying anything more about that. All right, I already said my piece. But I will say that I did like the I did like some of the stuff that Emerald was sharing. Emerald was retweeting lately, so. I know Jane Theory is getting into the AI art as well, so it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely interesting. See how much that progresses and see where we go from here. All right, let's see. Okay, side here, perfect. Okay. Glad you guys are here, guys. If you guys can please share that stream out and step on that like button, we really appreciate it. Because it seems like the gold is coming together, though. The gold areas are. All right, like I said, we're gonna go for about another hour because I want to try to see if I can get the jacket done or get the pants done now. Let's focus on trying to get the jacket and pants, and I know the pants are gonna take another hour too, just because there's a lot of detail there anyway already. Yeah, there's a lot of. You can definitely see how layered it feels, despite that I didn't pour too much. Despite that I didn't, put too much into the shading as much, or I didn't overdo it on the shading, or overdo it on putting on layers for the shading. But you can definitely see where the jacket feels much more layered than it did at the start. And what I'll do is, I think what we'll do is we'll put a second I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a second color. I'm going to put a second color to, I think that can enhance it a bit more. Actually, we're not completely done yet with the jacket because I still got to do the zipper. I can still need to do those zippers too. I just realized that. You guys hearing the theme song? You guys hearing the theme song to last season playing right now? That is El Dorado by Blue Steel. Okay, let's do, because I kind of want to see if I can do a second color. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Okay. I'm going to put it under the base layer and say second color. To kind of give it a bit more of a tone. The second color is going to give it a bit more of a tone. So. Let's do a... Okay, there we go. So you can see here. Oh, let me close that comment. Sorry. Shad diversity. Oh yeah, I've been okay. So there, Shad diversity has definitely been in the spotlight recently. I've been hearing about. I've been seeing a lot of the responses that people have been making to Shad diversity's comment concerning AI art and such like that. And like, yeah, that's wow. Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, I have been seeing Shad Diversity's comments on AI art and such like that, and I've been seeing the responses, and a lot of people are making responses too. So it's definitely not pleasant. It's definitely not everybody's kind of, on board with him, the way he's kind of, supporting and trying to defend AI art and such like that for certain applications and things of that nature. I don't really have an opinion as much, so I'm just kind of outside looking in. Although I have seen the responses of people talking about it, and I know he's in the spotlight now because of that, because of his comments. So. Mm-hmm. It's not without ethical issues. Yeah, there's definitely some ethical issues abound when it comes to this. I know one of the new YouTubers I follow is Sayel, who's been covering the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League since day one, and he does AI mock-ups of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy to illustrate his point on their design. On just, I am not a fan. We said this on Friday. I am not a fan of that design on Harley Quinn on Suicide Squad. I think Suicide Squad is going to look like absolute trash. It's going to be another. It's another disaster waiting to happen. It's another Avenger / Gotham Knights / I want to say Saints Row reboot waiting to happen. It's going to be another disaster. Oh. I did take that stream down, man, because I was just hit with a lot of copyright claims, and just ultimately, I really wasn't happy with the progress I was making on that stream anyway. So I ended up just deleting Friday's show. Oh, really? Yeah, Shad was trending last week. Something I wanted was an art channel that I really art channel. One of my favorite art channels, Ergo Josh, now has channel memberships, which is pretty cool because he's working on an elaborate art course through his Patreon and such like that. He's working on a huge art course, and I think it's really cool that he's doing memberships now. And I'm almost considering becoming a channel member just to support him. Which hence why he hasn't been posting a lot. It's something to look into, guys. He does excellent tutorials. Specifically, he does excellent tutorials, especially if you're using Procreate. I use Clip Studio. Ergo Josh has been at it for a long time. Yes, he has. He's still working on the course. Okay, so we got that. Still have a lot to do though. Okay, okay, let's go ahead and just do this. I'll try to do this real quick. Oops, sorry. Zipper highlights. There you go. So I'm gonna do highlights on the zipper. So I'm gonna do some highlights. Let me use the zipper. Oh, I am working on a smaller canvas, so hence why it looks much more pixelated than normal. Is I'm just working with a smaller canvas. I'm just trying to do a quick zipper. So you can see here. Actually, let me see if I can do that with a different brush. Let's see if we can try a different brush. Maybe we can mess around with this a bit. I can't believe we still got 17 people watching. You guys are amazing. But this is a new avatar for Briannah for the next season, which will begin on Sunday, March the 19th. So that's why we're working on this like crazy right now. And I know everybody can't wait to come back in about 3 weeks' time. So. But at least it'll give me plenty of time to get all these avatars done. And get a new intro and outro, and maybe we might keep the old Hollywood theme for next season, but we'll see. We'll see. I really like the theme I did for last season. I really like that theme. But we shall. Whoop, wrong sorry. Sorry. I still had that up. I almost thought about doing that. I was thinking about doing that at some point. Okay, there we go. There you go. That's what we got for now. Forgotten it for now. I think we can leave that alone for now. Before we move on, I do want to do something real quick because I didn't get any. I realized I didn't do any detail for the gloves, and I put the gloves in her top together in one flat layer. So let's do an inner lighting for the gloves down here. Okay, switch over to our scatter. It's kind of our scatterish brush, and then we're going to blend it. Okay. As you can see here, and then J. Rock and roll items back to the 60s. Mamabear. Yeah. I've been watching cutscenes of the fractured butthole, which is it was cracking me up. We were talking about South Park on Ginger's stream earlier today. There we go. I think we'll do a good shading layer. And by the way, guys, I know if you guys have missed the announcement, so Machini Live will return on Sunday, March the 19th. Maki's Sketch Diary, my video series, is coming back on Monday, March the 20th. So I know it's been a couple months since I did a last Sketch Diary video, but we are coming back on Monday, the following Monday, with a new entry in Maki's Sketch Diary. So I miss doing that series. On top of that, this week I will have a time-lapse video out as well. I want to say thank you to everybody who voted on the poll I put up this week. Asking if you guys prefer longer form time-lapse videos or shorter form. And I will go ahead and go account. And I'm going to check that poll again because I think we've got some new votes on that. But you will be getting a time-lapse video this week, and it will be on the Rebecca monthly poll drawing that we did. And for my channel members, I will be adding I will be putting out a new poll this month, or this week for this month's poll drawing. It's going to be a lot less because of the what's the word for? Because of the fact that I'm trying to get everything ready for next season or this coming season. It's going to be a little bit less of a, I guess the amount of what you guys are going to get in this month's art batch will depend on how quick I can get everything set up for next season done. And I still have 2 more avatars to finish after Briannah. Or 2 more avatars to make after Briannah, so. Okay, so what time? Where are we on? We're at 1:16. How long do you think it's going to take just to do the pants? Okay, we're going to take a gamble. We're going to take a gamble on this. We're going to do the face next. And we'll try to get started on the pants before we end the stream. I'll just do it off camera. And I do want to try to see if I can get this done today. That's kind of my focus. Try to get it done today. We're making great progress, which I'm very, very appreciative of, is the fact that we are making great progress. And I probably will need to add a shadow layer too as well. All right, let's do the face next. I usually save the face for later, but at least we can go ahead and knock that out. Oh, then we also got the earrings to do. Just have the earrings to do. Okay. Get the hair done. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Facial details. And we'll start with the lips. Do the lips first. It's not meant to spend so much time on it, I guess you could say. That's the goal, is not trying to spend too much time on it. Okay. So let me look at Brie. Oh, nice. What was the kind of color for the lips that I did last season? I know we did an extended season. Keep it more pinkish red. So let's do. Okay, let's do. It should be a good color around this area. I'm gonna try to peel this down. If anything, we'll probably go. Subtle lips here. So, what is that? The lips showing up? The lips are not showing up. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Let's do. There we go. There we go. It's kind of a more softer lips, I guess you could say. It's going to be more of a kind of a softer kind of tones when it comes to doing her lipstick. I don't know. I wonder if that's a good color. It does make me wonder if that is a good color. Let's see. Oh, soften the lips a bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, lips, but I think this can work. I think this can work. I wonder if I need to go a little bit more on the writer side. What if I do need to go a little bit more on the writer side? Let me know what you think, chat. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think that could work. That could work. Let's soften some of these here. Let's soften some of the edges. And then we're gonna do this. There we go. This will soften it a little bit, but actually, first I'm probably going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that hump on the top. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let me know what you guys think of the lips. I should put a poll up there. Are her lips kissable? Let's blur here. There we go. Okay, there we go. We kind of have the blushes and blemishes up a little bit there too. As you can see, we're going to have to do a facial shadow as well. No need for a poll. She looks adorable so far. All right. But I am going to do a second layer. I'm just going to call it blushes and blemishes. And this is where we're going to do the. This is where we're going to do the eyeshadow. This is where we're going to try. We're going to work with that eyeshadow on her. Get like a subtle eyeshadow. So too. Oh, it's too purple. Let's do. Much better. Much better. Much better. Right. And we'll drop the opacity a little bit here too. So there we go. Drop the opacity there. We're gonna do the same thing for this side. Center eyelid as well. Our eyelid as well. For our eyelid as well, we do the same thing on this side. And what we can do is just kind of see this with the kind of the bridge for nose, so you can see kind of a subtle shadow right there. You can see here with the subtlety. There you go. Definitely not too salty. And nose bridge we might do. Let me look at the top. There's not much to do on the top though, especially with the face and shadow as well. What we'll do. What we will do Let's see if we can. I think that the eyeshadow and the blemishes should be should be just about right. Because I already kind of gave her that blush a bit, that subtle blush as well. So let's do a nose. Let's do a nasal shadow, just a bit, like a subtle one. Let's do a nasal shadow. So we'll do. Shading, we'll do a nasal shadow. Let's see if we can. Just very subtle. And very subtle too. Trying to be. And we're going to soften the edges as well. Okay, that was a subtle. Here's a shadow. Now let's do. I think we can do the same for. We'll do a subtle one for the lips as well. So. Actually, we're going to do it like this. I think we'll finish. I think we'll finish the hair soon. Probably in the next like 10 minutes, we probably should be done with the face. I guess. In the next 10 minutes, we should be done with the face. Okay, now for the base. Now here's the interesting part: is the eyeshadow right here. Oops, scrolled up a bit. Okay, there we go. 26, let's like hope we get 4. Yeah, let's get to 30. Let's get to 30, guys. Come on. Let's do it for Brie. Let's get to 30. Not Brie Larson, Briannah. Briannah was named by Squeeka, by the way. Okay, let's move it through here. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Give that subtle shadow here. You can see. What we're going to do is we're going to subtle. Let's voice down here. Just see things go here. And then we're going to do the same for the other eye. And then we're going to do a subtle shadow for her eyebrows as well. This is all one layer. And then we'll do the same for this one. Okay, we got that. We got that. Okay, we got that. We got that. Now we can start on the pupils. Now we can start on those pupils right now. Okay, here we go. So we do pupil base. It's more than one color. Actually. Oh, we need to do a lighting. Hang on. I gotta do a base lighting. Okay, base lighting. There we go. You're over. Yes. I'm over it now. So I'm not going to be knocked back down to I'm not going to be knocked back down to 1.27 or 1.29 this time. So thank you to everybody who pitched in and helped me just get over that 1.3K, so YouTube doesn't try to just take away a couple of subs from me. So thank you to everybody who pitched in and helped out on that. I appreciate that. Now onwards to 2K. That's our next goal, is 2K. So you do that by making consistent content and really good content. So this month I do plan to really get back on the ball in terms of posting up videos, time-lapse videos, streams, you name it. I know that YouTube now is more favoring shorts over like long form content, but I don't care. I enjoy doing long form content anyway. That's what I prefer. Okay, there we go. There we go. Got some lighting there. Now we can start on the base. Then we can start on the pupil. Okay, so let's do the wire. Oh. Let's see, 2 eyes in me. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little outline. I'm going to create a little outline. Create a little outline here. Here. And then we got the, okay, so we got the outline. And then we'll do a subtle. Then it's going to blend in a little bit more with the, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to the pen tool. And I'm going to do some subtle lines here. I know you probably can't see it, but yeah, I'm doing like subtle. I always find fun and engaging to detail detail eyes. I know Anna, that Star Wars girl, it's a kind of her thing. It's kind of her project, so it's fun. It's fun. Okay, so. So pupil shading. There, let's do. There we go. That's 3. Okay, and perfect. That's perfect. We probably don't even need to lower the opacity. Well, probably do. Probably will, but we don't lower the opacity that much. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Create an outline, essentially, create a little shape around it, and then we're going to basically form like a trapezoid, essentially shape. Or a half circle. Not trapezoid, I mean half circle. And create like a half oval shape. As you're building half oval. And some dark in, and then it should be good. And then I don't think we need to soften it a bit. That's what we need. Okay, soften that, and then we might do let's do a second level. Let's do a second duration. Let's add something more on top of it. Let's add on top of it, and then we'll close into the eye project. All right, close blur. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. Now, let's do the lighting. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Lighting. Okay. So we're going to do it. It's going to make me do like this. Get a happy, smiling face. Like a happy face, happy mouth. Now, let me switch it over to. Actually, that wouldn't work. There we go. Got a little smiley face. And then close. Okay. As you can see, it's adding a lot more to the light, so we'll limit this. I'll spice this up a bit. And then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go on top of all these layers. We're gonna go on top of the line art, and we're gonna do pupil highlights. So we're gonna do. Okay, let's see. Okay. So from this area, so from this top of the area right here, because this is going to go over the line art. And I know it looks pixelated just because of the canvas size. We don't really need to. Soften it. I don't think that's necessary. But then what we're also going to do is we're going to create a stroke here. And then we're going to do the same on, we're going to do a little dot side. And that's, there you go. That's the, there you go. That's her eyes. It's kind of a more autumnish. I was trying to more of kind of a more brown autumnish kind of tone to her eyes. It's kind of yellowish tone to her eyes. Let me know what you guys think of her eyes. Pretty honest eyes. Okay, so we're gonna go back to. Reason how much needs to be done. So we're gonna go back to the lighting. We're gonna go back to the lips, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to. We're gonna do base lighting, and we're gonna add a bit of light underneath her lips, a bit of light on the bottom lip. So just add a little bit of subtle light to the bottom lip. So light to the bottom lip, and just a little bit on the top. All right, and then we're gonna do soften it. I forgot where I got these brushes from. But I've been using them ever since. There we go. Yeah, so that, and one more thing we're going to do is we're going to do a general highlight layer, and this is where we can hit smaller details, and this is where we can highlight smaller details. Highlights. So, okay, so we're going to start with the nose. We're going to start with the nose first, and we're going to do a little... what we're going to do is we're going to go switch it over to white, off-white, just like an off-white. Don't ever... I'm learning to not go purely white, but just like an off-white color. So I'm going to create this diamond pattern here and the shape. And then what we're going to do is we're going to blur the top. Or actually, we're going to erase the top. place the top, and then I'll explore it, and then we're gonna blend it. Blend the top like that. We're gonna blend the top like that, and we'll probably need to. I realize it's too big. Let's shorten it just a bit. I know everything's pixelated. Smooth that down. Smooth that just a little. And we're gonna have apply transformation. Let's see if we can do a lighten. So let's get that little opaque underneath, and then we're gonna do a lips. And we're gonna do the lips here, right here, and we're gonna do something. We're gonna add something to the lips a bit. Let's see. Put that. You know what? Screw it. Yeah. I'm gonna put it. I don't care. I'm going to put it. I'm gonna put a poll. Then we're going to do just a little settlement. Okay, and then what we're going to do, oops, sorry. All right, there we go. So let's do, there's something I was looking at. Something I was grabbing. I forgot what it was. I completely forgot. But here, we're gonna do this. We're gonna turn this down. I can remember. I freaking remember what it was. We're gonna tone this down. What we're gonna do a very subtle line here. Into a subtle line on the eyes, just a little bit under the mouth. A subtle line, eyes under the mouth. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I want to see if my chat if my chat will vote. Sorry, not sorry. We're getting close there. We're getting close. Okay, so we're gonna do another little detail. Ooh, no. Do another little detail. Just kind of a little bit of a sheen, a little bit of sheen under where our eyelid's at. A little subtle sheen, and then we're gonna do a subtle dots underneath. There you go. I think we've got. I think for the most part, I think we did what we need. What's needed to be done on Brianna's face. I really don't think there's really as much more needed unless we could add like another layer to the pupil to make it like really make it pop. But I don't think that's necessary though. I don't think that's necessary. I do not think that's necessary. Let me take a look. Let me see if I can find. Let's see if there's anything else we can add before we wrap it up. I'm gonna see if we can. There's anything else we can add. I might need to go back into the skin layer and add a bit more to the her ears. To her ear. Oh, we need to do. Oh, that's right. We need to. Speaking of which, yeah, we can do the earring next. We can do the earrings. So let's do the earrings. Let's see. Hey, Leia, how's it going? Okay, we'll say base shading. We probably don't need to overdo it on the earrings anyway. We probably don't need to overdo it on the details of the earrings anyway. So, all right, let's go a little bit there. Okay. Okay. Soften the edges a bit. Okay. Soften those edges a bit. Maybe an oranger tone, because that might be a little too dirty. Might be a little too dirty of a color. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. I'm gonna erase that. We're gonna switch over to a better kind of variation in gold. Here we go. Okay. All right. Let's try that again. And then we're gonna blur this out because it's more. It's more blurring this out is because her earrings, the shape of her earrings is more sphere, more rounded, so it has a rounded edge. It gives it that three-dimensional feel. Give it that three-dimensional feel to it. And then we're gonna add, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go underneath. We're gonna go underneath. We're gonna add another. We're gonna add another tone there, and then a tone there, and then get that in there. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to. Okay, it's gonna stop too. And then you got that. Now, so what we can do is we can do base lighting. Base lighting layer. We're gonna go up here a bit more up. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a little outline along this edge. And then maybe we can extend it out to the other side here. Let's see. Take you out. Switch back over, and we're gonna soften this a bit. Well, a little too soft, a little too much. A little too much. There we go. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go underneath. And work this out. So. And then maybe what we can do, maybe add a little bit like an orange or a purplish kind of feel to the it's like a darker area. So let's go back to the base shading. I'm gonna switch over to this more purplish kind of tone here, and a more red pinkish tone. Okay, here let's see if we can get a darker. So you can get a darker area like that. It's a little more purple. I do like that. It's a little more purple. Let's add a little tone of red. And then a little tone of red here. Get a darker colors here. And then we're going to blur that out once again. Probably shouldn't matter too much since it's pixelated, but still, you know, you still want to get pay close attention to that. I still want to pay close attention to that, even if it is pixelated. And it's the reason it's pixelated is just because it's a smaller canvas. I'm just working with a smaller canvas. So. Wow, dinner is actually on time on a Sunday. Weird, nice. There you go. Let's see. There you go. Something a little underneath there. There we go. There we go. We got the earrings. We got the earrings, and let's see if we can. There you go. There you go. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get back into the base skin tone. Okay, so let me see if we can add a little bit of like a. Let me see if I can add a little bit of a pinkish tone to her. That's not that visible. That's not working. I guess it's not there. Oh, I see it. It's like very subtle though. Oh, that's why I have it. It's because of the opacity. Now let's do a extra second color. Then we'll do it. Extra second color. Those subtle things, you know, it's like subtle. You don't even notice until you like zoom in, but they do add a lot more to it. You know what I mean? Although I think the problem is I probably blend it. It blends too much with her skin tone. But get that. But what we're gonna do is so you can see it's like the skin tone was only like 5 layers. So let's see if we can do something a little extra here. So with the inner shading. No, I love this. I love this. I know, very quiet right now. All right, we got 6 minutes, so let's go ahead and wrap this up as soon as we can. Okay. Okay, let's see if there's anything. Is there anything we need to add to the... I will need to add a shadow. I will need to add a shadow to a lot of areas here. So let's go back to the money shot here. Let's go back to the abs and see if we can add a little bit of a shadow here. Shadow. I'm liking how Briannah's looking so far. As you can see, the subtle shadow underneath. Okay, then we're gonna instead of close blur, we're just gonna blur it. Just gonna blur these edges a bit. So we got some sound. She's looking good. I think she's coming together, guys. I really do think that. I just want to add a shadow here. There's that. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is for the belly button, right down the center. Let's see if we can add a much darker tone. Let's see if we can add. Here. Let me see. I know we're putting it under the shadow layer. You can see. Okay. Okay, there's that. There's that. We do want to add just a little bit as we go along. I know I'm getting into that whole one more line kind of phase right now with this, but at least this way, the only thing I'll have left is the pants. Just detailing the pants. So I'll just do some extra details on the abs a bit. So give you guys the money shot. And here we go. Somebody said earlier that she looks like she could break you with your spine. With her, she looks like she could break her spine. She totally can, but she doesn't want to. She's not really the kind of person that she's. She seems to be more the death by snoo kind of thing. You're always looking more like your 2D art, and that is awesome. Also, versatility. Thank you, man. Thank you. Bree's more of the lovable type. She looks like the kind of person. She looks like the kind of person who had no problem hugging you immediately at first sight. I probably just fulfilled every I just probably fulfilled somebody's fantasy saying that right now. This imagery. That's totally fine. I feel like my art serves its purpose. I've joked before. This like I've had people say that they've actually used my art as fat material, and I'm like, I take that as a compliment. That is a compliment. Like, okay, if it's that good enough, that you see as fat material, then I feel like I've done my job. I feel like I've done my job. Okay. It's definitely a sign. All right, I'm just trying to find whatever shadows I can also add, but I think, just around her skin. And I think most of the shadows have been added. That's my goal. There you go. Emerald knows what I'm talking about. Emerald knows what I'm talking about. I had the pleasure of being told that before, so I was like, you know what? I will wear that as a badge too. I wear that proudly. That is a great. I take that as a compliment. And not getting into you're already there. Shut up. Okay. think we've done plenty on Bree so far. So before we wrap it up, I want to do something. I want to do one thing real quick. Select. Let's see if we can. Something that's like very subtle though. Subtle saturate. There we go. Much better. Okay. So Bree is, I want to say, at least 65 to 70% done. So that leaves the only thing left being the pants, which I'll be doing off camera. And then I'm going to be doing some more details. I might add a little more details here and there. But at least the first, I think I know I can probably finish it today, or at least the rest of this afternoon. And I'll have the first avatar for season 9 ready, and that'll be for Briannah. And then the next one I'll do will be for Skyla. Then I'll save Kiki for last. So, but I do wonder if I do need to put a design or something on her top, but I might just leave that just solid black with the gold trim at the top, because she looks like cuts to the nines. So like she is cut to the nines though. All right, guys, thank y'all so much for being here. That's freaking amazing. And let me end the poll. And let me end it. And so, judging by the poll. We have 10 votes. I thought it said 18 votes, but 10 votes, and basically 9 people said yes, they would kiss those lips. 9 people, they would fuck her off. So yes, they would happily kiss those lips. 1 person said no, so totally understandable. All right, guys. So before we get out of here, I do want to say I do need to work on the Marine Kitagawa sketch today as well. So I'm going to be, after this, I'm going to maybe get some lunch and then just get back to work. I will be streaming tonight on Twitch. Once Marine is done, then I'll be sending out all of the, prepping and sending out all of February's art batch to my members. It'll be, if not tomorrow morning, then Tuesday morning at the latest. So stay tuned. If you guys are a channel member, just stay tuned, check your inboxes. I will keep you guys updated if you guys are in the community tab, or if you guys are in the CSF Nation group in my on my chat on Twitter. So I will keep you guys updated. Till then, like I said, Machiny Live is coming back Sunday, March 19th. It'll either be at 11 or be at 12:30. It depends on the Sunday Culture Review makes a return. When the Sunday Culture Review makes a return, but likely will be at 11. And then on Monday, March 20th at 4 p.m. Pacific is the return of Maki's Sketch Diary. So stay tuned for that. I will have a time-lapse video this week as well for you guys as well. So check that. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, just more to come just in March. I'm going to be doing a lot of work in March in general. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, get some lunch, and get back to work and get ready for tonight's Twitch stream. We'll be playing Gran Turismo 7 Road to Victory. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys can, please share the stream out. You know what I'm going to do. Share the stream out. Step on that like button. If you guys are brand new here, hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 2K by the summer, by my birthday. And if you guys enjoy what you're seeing here and you guys want to support me further, you can become a CSF Nation member for as low as $1 a month. You're in great company. I think we have over 44 members now. So we are so close to that 50 member goal, which is insane. You guys have been absolutely insane. I want to say thank you, everybody, for the incredible support. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I am Maki90, Archie German Illustrated, and this has been a Sunday Drawstream. So until then, take care. Much love. And as I always say, never stop drawing. Bye, guys.